This is an ePoolscapes presentation. Measuring the differences in pricing versus the value of benefits received is a difficult process unless you are willing to invest a little time in developing a greater appreciation for the details that can illuminate the hidden unknowns. In attempting to separate fact from fiction, you can derive confidence from a portrait of a performer's competence in his or her credentialed status. Our credentials span generational accomplishments that attest for our knowledge in achieving the highest level of industry recognitions. Factory trained and certified in both Pentair and Jandy pumps, heaters, lighting, and control systems. We additionally hold multiple California contractors' license classifications that pertain to substantiating a formidable capability. Hello, my name is Michael Chaffee, and I'm the owner of ePoolscapes.com.
Why do people seek the contributions of a consultant in any field? Well, in order to acquire the expertise. In hiring the right consultant for the right job, we provide expertise that would not be known until, well, when it's too late and often way too costly. Saving money involves looking into your existing equipment and performing an energy audit. In years gone by, energy consumption, especially involving commercial installations, didn't weigh in as a design factor by most designers in the swimming pool industry. In determining energy efficiency versus consumption, it requires expertise in assessing the existing equipment status for efficiency ratings as compared to the ratings of today's more conservation-minded technologies. In determining what equipment is to be made part of a project, calculations are necessary that can allow the best energy management practices to direct selections together with the most efficient operational layout. Operational efficiency assessments will involve not just the calculations for the electrical load demand, but also the overall operational functionality that takes into consideration the hydraulic head losses within the piping system's valves, fittings, and other equipment. This is referred to as the system's total dynamic head. As your swimming pool consultant, we prepare your design, substantiate the savings, and validate the conservation benefits prior to committing you to a retrofit. This is authenticated upon completion by comparing the before and after diagnostics. A key fundamental in the designing and building of commercial swimming pools is usability. This has very much to do with maintaining a comfortable temperature that is affordable to maintain. Solar water heating for swimming pools can involve several different applications, and depending upon feasibilities, these installations can yield a return on the investment in just a few years. One of the most common types of swimming pool solar heating is the roof-mounted or rack-mounted type, which transfers heat during the hottest part of the day to the pool water that is being pumped through a series of collectors. Another type of heating energy is a source known as geothermal. This type of heating involves drilling deep into the earth where the earth's mantle is warmer, and through a pipe network and heat pump, this system captures the warmth of the heated earth and transfers it through a heat exchanger. Although this type of heating has a more expensive upfront cost, in the long term it can provide some of the least expensive alternatives to swimming pool heating. One of the most effective types of heating in the Sunbelt areas is known as in-deck solar water heating. This type of water heating utilizes the sun's stored heating effects on the concrete and transfers the radiant energy to the pool water that is being pumped through a grid network of tubing. The tubing is encapsulated by concrete at the time of concrete pour. This system can be run during off-peak energy hours providing less expensive power for pumping. Decking accessories can come in a wide range of possibilities and configurations, as environmental health departments have met the challenges of reviewing plans for permitting purposes. A greater awareness has focused on safety and disabled person access. Pool entry and bottom contours, together with stair tread and risers, must meet regulations to be compliant. Regulations for the safe use of public pools also involves properly installed drain lids and correctly configured suction devices. Recently, legislation such as the Virginia Graham-Baker Act has rallied swimming pool industry support for providing approved safety covers on all suction devices in accordance with these new provisions. The Americans Disability Act, or ADA as it is referred to, also has guidelines to follow in order to gain acceptance by the regulatory agencies who oversee public pools and authorize usage. Depending upon the allowable bather load of a given swimming pool environment, the code stipulates that a corresponding relationship must exist regarding restroom facilities. Furthermore, the relationships must also meet the dimensional conformities that are spelled out in the code. Wheelchair accessibility plays a role in defining the door widths, sink heights, maneuverability in the toilet stalls, and several other conformity requirements. In planning for new facilities or in modifying the existing accommodations, it is imperative that these considerations become part of consulting discussions. Public pool sanitation is a #1 concern from an environmental health perspective. Providing equipment that can monitor, distribute, and maintain the ORP and pH levels required, according to health officials, is mandated for all public pools. In selecting the most advantageous equipment to be incorporated into an equipment room, the computations will need to weigh some considerations. As an example, will the system utilize an automated approach or a manual approach in the applications for administering the sanitizing agents? Although considerations may involve the storage of necessary chemicals on site in a compliant fashion, other requirements may include notification to the local fire department about volumes and volatility of these products and their safe handling. Pool enclosures act as safety barriers, and as such, these must follow dimensionally compliant conformities. Guidelines for elements such as gate openings, together with fencing heights and other safety features, are designed to provide directions that will result in achieving a high degree of security for the general public. Pools are a potential hazard to those who do not know how to swim, or the very young who may slip into an unsecured area unnoticed. Therefore, from both a safety and liability perspective, concerned property owners would be well served in acquiring an overview of a knowledgeable swimming pool consultant's critiquing eye before any mishap may unfold. In considering the budget and preparing for building new or remodeled, it is critical to organize the approach with the knowledge and experience of having been there before. Reinventing the wheel or duplicating efforts will only slow the process down and add cost. Hiring a professional consultant that can provide a good roadmap and a dependable delivery vehicle can make the journey so much more pleasurable and measurably less stressful.